Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I am back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 15 ladder. As always, if you enjoy the series and want to see another episode tomorrow, please show your support by leaving a like on this video, and let's aim for 500 likes on this video. Anyway, today I am trying out the exact same team as the previous episodes, but I'm trying out Mega Kangaskhan now over Charizard Y. Kangaskhan, of course, is the most common Mega and the most common Pokemon in VGC 15, so I just decided I'd use one episode to feature it, and I feel like it would fit in with this team relatively well. Unfortunately, after yesterday's Road to Rank, I decided to play a game, and I ended up losing that game, so my rating dropped a bit, but still in the 1740 to 50s range, so aiming to obviously bounce back and hit that into 1800s. So that's the goal. 1800s would be nice, but the ultimate finish would be 1900s. Regardless, I'm still going to be making these videos, but I think it definitely hurts by trying out all these new Pokemon instead of getting dedicated practice in with one team, since that is what I try to do when I climb on the ladder, but this is for you guys. So 1597 rated player from Japan with a team of Politoed, Ludicolo, Kangaskhan, Garchomp, Bisharp, and Meowstic. Looks like an entirely VGC 2014 team with no new Pokemon. Rain with the option of Kangaskhan, Bisharp, Garchomp, Meowstic probably to fake out, set up screens, Thunder Wave, Swagger, Charm, etc. So definitely a threatening team, but he looks pretty weak to Hariyama, so I'm actually going to lead with that. Unfortunately, I don't have many ways to stop the weather, which is probably the biggest concern. But Hariyama and Kangaskhan's actually a pretty solid lead. I've got double Fake Out, so that's pretty solid. I don't want Landorus because I don't want to activate Defiant, so definitely not going to keep that. I'm not going to bring that one into the game. I think I'm going to bring my own Bisharp because I can Sucker Punch Ludi, which would do a lot of damage should he go with that mode. And I'm thinking Sylveon for my last one, which can counter the Garchomp, and this Sylveon is Scarf, so I can actually outspeed Bisharp. So I'm going to go with those four and lock in, and we'll see how this plays. But we've seen a lot of Rain teams so far in VGC, so pretty cool to see that here, but surprisingly he's not going with any Mega that really is supported by Rain, instead choosing Kangaskhan, but we're going to see a Kangaskhan mirror match this time around. So I'm going to lead with my Hariyama and Kangaskhan, with the double possibility of Fake Out, as he goes with Politoed and Ludicolo, I think. Yep. Looks like I do know my Japanese names pretty well. So Drizzle here is going to go up. Of course, that's going to help him set up the Rain. Priority is definitely to knock out the Ludicolo. I'm just going to Fake Out Politoed, Mega Evolve, and I'm actually tempted to Power Up Punch the Ludicolo. He's probably going to Fake Out Kangaskhan though, but I can also just Double Edge Ludicolo for the KO. So there are a bunch of options here, but let's see. I'm also thinking maybe I should just close combat with Hariyama, or knock off onto. There's so many options here, but I've got to think of what my opponent has in the back, which is important to this matchup. I'd guess Kangaskhan and Garchomp, which my Sylveon deals with relatively well. So, you know, I'm gonna Fake Out the Politoed and just go straight for the Double Edge onto Ludicolo. So I'm either guaranteed a KO or we just trade Fake Outs this first turn. Another question is what item the Politoed is running. If anything, I'd guess Choice Scarf, or it's the more bulky variant. He actually protects with Ludicolo, telling me that it's not running Assault Vest, so he just went for the attack on the first turn with Politoed. I will get to see how fast it is here. As he flinches, so he moves before Kangaskhan, that's probably a Choice Scarf Politoed. So that's definitely good to know. So I'm thinking of switching Kangaskhan out here and just going for a close combat. Or even a knockoff to remove the Choice Scarf. But close combat here for damage would be nice. But the thing is, I do want to conserve Sylveon, but I don't know whether he has Bisharp or Garchomp in the back. You'd assume he definitely has Kangaskhan, but I think Hariyama here can go for the close combat onto Ludicolo, and I'm going to switch Kang out into Sylveon. Although in retrospect, I think knockoff on Politoed might have been a better move, but I'm just trying to get the damage off right now. And Sylveon is pretty decent in terms of special bulk. Oh, he goes for the Surf with Ludicolo. Does a very solid amount there. He's Life Orbed, okay, which makes sense, of course. Looks like it's just a Surf spamming team here. As it does a lot to both of my Pokemon. I'm gonna get the close combat off. Will it knock out Ludicolo? Oh, just misses out though. So that's definitely rough. as he can just go for another Surf. This is definitely a difficult situation. I'm gonna go for the close combat onto the Politoed and Hyper Voice. Honestly, God, I'm expecting to lose both of my Pokemon here. But then I can just get a free switch into Kang and Bisharp, and Kang and Bisharp are pretty darn good in terms of beating and trying to seal up the game. But definitely a disadvantageous situation. He's going to go for the Giga Drain onto Hariyama. Hariyama actually survives that, but presumably we're going to see a Surf come out of this Politoed. The question is whether Sylveon's actually faster than Politoed because it's Scarfed, but unfortunately not the case. So obviously that was Scarf Toad. Oh, Sylveon hangs on with 3 HP though, was not expecting that. So it's Special Bulk really coming through right now, as I am going to be able to get a Hyper Voice off. That's awesome. Almost picks up the KO on Politoed, just misses out, but that's fine. I think I'm going to switch in Kangaskhan now, as he brings in his own Kangaskhan. So I've got the speed advantage here, but the question is, what do I want to do? I can just fake out his Politoed and go for the Hyper Voice, but the question is whether his Kangaskhan carries Protect or not. It would make sense to carry Protect given that he's got a Surf Spam team, but I don't want him to get, say, a Power-Up Punch against my own Kang, but I could play it safe and just fake out Politoed, because I know that's a guaranteed, at least, it's either going to get KO'd or he's got to switch out. Alternatively, I could just target down the Kang, since I'm faster this turn. But, you know, I'm just going to fake out the Politoed here and go for the Hyper Voice. Okay, he's not going to switch out, so I should be able to get the fake out. But the question is what he goes for with Kangaskhan. But the thing is, since I should knock out Politoed, unless he fake outs my Sylveon, then... Oh, he goes for the Protect. Okay. So that was what I was anticipating. Unfortunately enough, it works out fine. So fake out here is going to KO the Politoed. I was thinking maybe I could have Power-Up Punched, but at this point I can't afford to take any damage. So 3-2 in my favor, but a heavily weakened Sylveon. Let's see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. Is it Garchomp or is it Bisharp? That looks like Garchomp to me. Oh, it's Sylveon actually. Not Sylveon, Meowstic. Was not anticipating that one for sure. But I'm actually very happy to see that. I think I can just go for a Double Edge and Hyper Voice, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. And with Bisharp in the back, this should be a game I could seal up with. Oh, he goes for the Swagger. This is not going to be fun. Okay, but he targets Sylveon, so I should get a Double Edge off, which is what I need mainly. Hopefully Sylveon can get the attack off here. He goes for the return onto my Kang. Okay. How much will it do? Not that much, or decent amount, but bulky Kang coming through, as I am going to get a Double Edge off. Let's see how much damage it does to the Kangaskhan here. Misses out on the knockout. Okay, will Sylveon get its attack off? Come on, Sylveon. I believe in you. Please get your attack off. Yes, it gets the Hyper Voice off. That's going to be game. Sweet. So, definitely a scary couple turns there. Oh, I mean, I guess he could still swagger his way out of this game, but... he's going to swagger Kangaskhan here for sure. So, I'm just going to switch out to Bisharp and Hyper Voice. That way I can get a guaranteed fake out once again with Kangaskhan. And if Sylveon gets the attack off here, then I'm fine. Yep, he does go for the Swagger as I predicted. Oh, it's annoying for sure, but there's nothing else you can do if you're my opponent. That's your only way of really getting back into this game. And Sylveon snaps out of confusion, so perfect, as I get another Hyper Voice off. Single target actually knocks out Meowstic, so I'm going to pick up a win in the first game here. Scary finish, but I was definitely anticipating Garchomp or Bisharp as my opponent's last one. Did not think Meowstic would be in the back. Most of the times when you see Meowstic in team preview, your opponent's going to lead with it because of the support it provides. But managed to win that game, even though the Surf Spam in the beginning was scary. But Sylveon's bulk really came through there. That was basically the reason why I ended up winning. It was able to come through and survive, get the damage off, pick up KO, and then force pressure. So Nice work, Sylveon. Scarf Sylveon really pulling through there. I do like Scarf, but I'm thinking I might just change the item in the future again. It's interesting. Unfortunately, Scarf actually still can't outspeed a lot of the things, but 1822 for my second opponent of the day, so if I can notch a win here, that would get me a lot of points for sure. My opponent's got a team of Kangaskhan, Zapdos, Hydreigon, Mawile, Heatran, and Gyarados. So it looks like a lot of Pokemon in previous years in terms of Gyarados, Heatran, Hydreigon, Zapdos. But then you've got the two new Megas, or not new Megas, but two Aurus Megas with Kangaskhan, Mawile. Given that those are definite Mega Evolutions, Gyarados probably not a Mega Evolution this time around. But very threatening team, of course. No way to stop the Intimidate. I'm thinking he's going to lead with something like Kangaskhan and Hydreigon, or Kangaskhan Zapdos. Hariyama here is a really solid lead. Can one-hit KO Kangaskhan, Hydreigon, and Heatran. So I'm going to lead with Hariyama. And tempted to go with my own Kangaskhan here. Yeah, I'm going to go with my own Kangaskhan. If he leads incorrectly, I can get some free power-up punches, which is nice. Though, actually, he's probably going to bring Mawile. The question is, yeah, whether he brings Mawile or Kangaskhan into this match. I definitely don't have many good ways to KO it, so that's like the main concern. I don't think he'd lead with Heatran or Mawile, but I'm tempted to lead with Bisharp because I can easily capitalize off Intimidates should he choose to lead with either of those two. But decisions. Okay, I'm gonna lead with Hariyama. If I were him, I'd probably bring Mawile in this match, because I don't have any Fire-type Pokemon. Would I lead with it? You know what? I'm going to go with Hariyama and Bisharp. Kangaskhan in the back. I think Landorus is my last one, is solid. Those Sylveon's tempting as well. Oh, decisions. Yeah, Landorus to have Intimidate is... Oh, but I don't have a way to... Yeah, I'm going to go with Sylveon, actually. The issue with Landorus there is because it's choice banded and it has Earthquake, I actually just can't pick up knockouts. So, I mean, this opponent is obviously very highly rated. Definitely probably in the top 100 in the world in terms of battle spot ranking, which of course doesn't mean that much, but an 1800 player had to win a lot to get there. So, I'm going to lead with Hariyama and Bisharp. Let's see if he goes with his Intimidators. Looks like Mawile is coming out, so I'm very happy I led with Bisharp there, as he is going to get the Intimidate off against me and activate my Defiance. So, I did have a very strong feeling he'd lead with Mawile, and in the end, he did go with that. So that I'm happy to see. Now the question is what I really want to do. I can fake out and knock off Zapdos, or I could fake out Zapdos, knock off, or Iron Head the Mawile. Most Zapdoses don't carry Protect, which is the main thing, but I don't really have any great ways to KO Mawile other than Iron Head. So you know what? I am just going to fake out I'm definitely faking out Zapdos. The question is who I target with Bisharp. Do I predict the Protect from Mawile? I don't think he's going to Protect, so I'm going to go for the Iron Head. Oh, but he goes for the Protect. A lot of the times I like make the play I would do in my head, and that doesn't always really work out in my favor, so unfortunate there. But you know what? That's fine. Now, if I were him, I'd switch out Mawile. Well, let's see. He's got Heatran, Hydreigon, in the back. Not Kangaskhan, of course. And I'm blanking out on his last one right now. Heatran, Hydreigon, Zapdos. Oh, Gyarados. So I could actually knock off that Mawile slot with confidence. Yeah, but the thing is, like, if he doesn't switch out. If I were him, I would Thunder Wave Bisharp and switch out with Mawile. So I can make a very gutsy play here and switch into Kangaskhan, expecting him to switch out with Mawile. Or I could just Iron Head that slot and knock off Zapdos. You know what? I'm going to make the safe. I'm just going to knock off Zapdos and Iron Head the Mawile. He is going to switch out though, so perhaps I should be predicting a bit better right now as Heatran comes in. Yeah, I should have... Ah, God. Oh, he just goes for the T-Bolt here. Onto Hariyama, too. Okay. But I should have knocked off that spot. Iron Head, unfortunately, not going to do very much there. But, hey, at least I get the knockoff here on Zapdos to remove its item. Let's see what item it's carrying. Citrus Berry. So that's always good to remove. as Heatran's going to heal from the leftovers here. So I should have capitalized off that, but I just thought Mawile might have stayed in, but my opponent is smarter than that, knows that Mawile is the key to winning this game, so props to him for figuring that out. Now I can just protect with Bisharp in close combat the Heatran, but the issue is he might protect with the Heatran. And if I were him, I'd probably protect with Heatran and to try to bait out my Bisharp's protect, I think. So I can just knock off Zapdos, I think. And I really think he's going to protect with Heatran. And attack Bisharp with something like Thunderbolt. Now I'm going to close combat Heatran and just Sucker Punch the Zapdos. Yes, he does protect Heatran as I predicted. But let's see what Zapdos went for. Okay, Sucker Punch does go off, so he did attack. Will this KO? Life Orb boosted. Oh, just misses out. That's unfortunate. He goes for the T-Ball into Bisharp. Will it knock it out? No, it does not. Nice. So this is definitely an intense game as of right now, as Heatran is going to heal more. So now I'm inclined to protect with Bisharp, but I also can just Sucker Punch and close combat. Unfortunately though, Bisharp taking that much damage means Mawile is going to give me a tough time at the end of the game, because none of my other Pokemon deal with Mawile well, and that's definitely a weakness in my team building. Because I got rid of Charizard Y, I ended up making myself more Mawile weak, which is bad, of course. I think I'm just going to close... I'm going to close combat Heatran here and protect with my Bisharp. I guess we'd see a Roost and a Heat Wave here. Yep, he goes for the Heat Wave. Hariyama takes that like a champ. Oh, he goes for Tailwind, actually. Wasn't expecting that, but nice move on his end. As Hariyama here is going to get the super effective close combat off, but I am intimidated, so I don't expect it to knock out, and it just misses out on the knockout there. So unfortunate, but you know what? I'll take that damage. He's got two heavily weakened Pokemon right now. But this is still a very tough game, given my situation, and especially because he got the Tailwind up. So we've seen Tailwind and Thunderbolt. Okay, I'm going to switch into Kangaskhan and Sucker Punch the Heatran. He might protect here and just Thunderbolt, but even if he does make that play, then I get basically a free switch and then get both my Fake Outers out. But okay, he does attack with Heatran, so make that prediction correctly. However, once again, I have a huge issue right now. I don't have a way to really knock out the Mawile. As he goes for the Roost, though, so giving me some hope right now. As Bisharp is still alive. This is an intense battle. 2 turns of Tailwind left. Let's see what comes back in. So we've seen Roost, Thunderbolt, Tailwind. Question is what the last attack is. Probably Thunder Wave or HP Ice. But now the question is whether he's going to bring out Mawile, because if he does, he's going to give Bisharp another boost in which I can knock out the Zapdos with a Sucker Punch. He is going to bring out Mawile, which of course intimidates both of my Pokemon, but Bisharp is going to get another Defiant boost here. However, I'm still in a very rough situation. Of course, I'm definitely going to fake out the Mawile here, but the question is his Zapdos going to attack, or is it going to go for a Roost? Quite frankly, I would Roost if I were him. So, you know what? I'm going to fake out Mawile and Iron Head it. I'm predicting the Roost from Zapdos. Show me the Roost. Though, he might just Thunderbolt Bisharp, knowing that if I Sucker Punch him, I'm going to knock out my own Bisharp. But I guess we'll find out. And I'm wondering how fast that Mawile is. But of course Tailwind is up. So, okay, Fake Out goes off. He doesn't protect with Mawile. What does he do with Zapdos though? Show me the Roost. Show me the Roost. Show me the Roost. Yes! I called it correctly! I knock out Mega Mawile! Woof! That's intense. +2 here should definitely knock it out. As it does. Whew. So intense there, very intense. Obviously had he just Thunderbolted, I think I would have been done for, but managed to make the right prediction, and it pays off. So that's obviously great. Now I can bring in Hariyama. Kangaskhan, of course, at -1, but that's not too concerning. That looks like Hydreigon as my opponent's last one, and I am silently fist pumping right now because, of course, my last Pokemon is Sylveon. So I'm gonna fake out Hydreigon and Power Up Punch it here. Actually, no, maybe I should be focusing on the Zapdos. Let's see. Alternative, I can just close combat Hydreigon. There's not much you can even do about that. Actually, I think I'm going to Power Up Punch Zapdos, and... Okay, I really can't choke this game right now. I'm in a fantastic position, so gotta make sure I make the right plays. You know what? I'm just going to fake out and Power Up Punch the Hydreigon. Get myself to a free +1, and he protects. Okay, with Hydreigon. Good play. Good play. So, actually, maybe I should... Okay, he goes for another Roost. Don't know what he was going for there, but okay. So he knocks out my fake out there, but now Tailwind's over, so that's really good. And it's good because that means the Hydreigon's not Choice Spexed. So knowing I've got the Sylveon in the back, actually I think I can switch Kangaskhan out to the Sylveon here. Although the issue is... He's gotta knock out the Hariyama. So I'm gonna Power Up Punch Hydreigon once again and close combat. He goes for Draco Meteor. Who does it target? Targets Hariyama, but I have Assault Vest, of course. Yep, I hang on with 23 HP. And he's Life Orb, so that's good info to know. Let's see what Zapdos goes for. I am faster than Zapdos, though, so I get the Power Up Punch off. And me being faster here is important because if he doesn't go for Tailwind here with Zapdos, then I just outspeed it next turn with the Double Edge and KO it. And of course, Sylveon in the back seals things up. He goes for the T-Bow onto Hariyama. I think he had to make that play because otherwise Hariyama would one-hit KO his Hydreigon. But now I win the game, actually. Because Sylveon's going to come out and I can just Double Edge the Zapdos and Hyper Voice. And there's really nothing he can do against that. Of course, it may seem silly that I went for the Power Up Punch play onto Hydreigon, but I knew it protected the last turn, so I decided I'd just get the free +1 boost enough for me to knock out the Zapdos, and now I can just Double Edge Hyper Voice, and there's absolutely nothing my opponent can prevent from this happening. And my opponent forfeits, so I'm able to take a very great 2-0 win there. Turning point was definitely picking up the KO there with Mawile. You know, I knew it was my only out of winning the match, and fortunately, it worked out perfectly. You know, I just had a very strong feeling that he wouldn't attack there with Zapdos, because, you know, when you're up in that kind of position, you might as well just try to style out your opponent. But if there's anything this series has demonstrated, it's like a lot of the times you should probably go for the attack instead. So I'm going to be able to put up a great win there. That's going to put my rating right back to around 1765, so that's exciting. Anyway, that's it for today's episode, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Peace.